Hey, this is Tabby with the T, and I'm calling out to all midwives, birth workers, and individuals who maybe are pregnant, want to get pregnant, or know somebody who's pregnant, and that's a lot of us. These are the formulations of my Holistic Woman Tea that are specifically useful during the maternity period of pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, labor, birth, and the postpartum time. And the first one that I have here is the pregnancy tea. And that tea is one that I have been formulating and changing the formula since the 1990s. It was when I first had clients or customers coming into the store that I had an organic market, and people came in looking for ingredients to make pregnancy tea. Their midwives had suggested that they make use of it. So I put together a formulation in our store, and we had it in bulk, and people came in and bought it on whenever they needed it. And then when I closed the store in 2013, people still were asking for the tea, and I wanted to have it for my clients as well. And it was one of the things that I, over time, put into my birth package for all clients to use because I saw such good results when people used it. So this is now named Pregnancy and Postpartum Support Tea. So I liked my clients to use it through pregnancy, especially during the last trimester in preparation for birth. I also asked them to have a big glass of it or a quart of it ready to go to drink during labor, and then also to drink a big glass immediately postpartum. And my dog's starting to bark, so I'm going to take a pause. I'm guessing she'll be back, but for the moment, we will continue on. So pregnancy postpartum support tea then can be consumed through the immediate postpartum period until bleeding stops. It is really good at helping women who've maybe had a history of hemorrhage to have less bleeding when they have their babies. And it just helps with postpartum recovery. I had people who never used it, always went to the hospital with previous births, actually asked me when they worked with me on a pregnancy and birth if something was the matter because they weren't bleeding enough, they thought, postpartum, because they had always bled so much previously. Generally, if you have it on hand, if you notice that your bleeding picks up at some point because maybe you went out and went shopping at Costco and you should have been hanging out, laying at home, snuggled with your baby, then you can drink a big glass of it, a quart of it. It will definitely help to decrease bleeding in my experience. And then if you have leftovers, it's certainly something you can do around your period once that resumes. So I have that, and this I'm showing you in an 8-ounce size. I also have it in 16 ounces. So the sizes that I sell are 16 ounce, 1 pound, 8 ounces, 4 ounce, 2 ounce, and then I have these handy dandy little sample sizes. So if you want to give clients a sample size, these are really inexpensive way to go, and I'm happy to provide those at a really reduced cost. As well as the pregnancy postpartum tea, I have, let's see, what have I got here? Oh, here's the pregnancy and postpartum sample size. Then I also have a lactation tea, and that is definitely useful. Pregnancy and postpartum helps. The herbs in there are good for building milk supply up. But if you have somebody who's had a hard time getting their milk to come in, or they've had a decent milk supply and all of a sudden it goes down because in-laws came over and everybody was holding the baby and the baby didn't get to nurse on demand, then sometimes doing this for a period of time or over a weekend, skin to skin, will definitely help increase milk supply. Then as well, I have, this is a new product called Heavy Flow Tea, and I've had some really good reports back on that. And I would, I didn't have it when I was actively practicing midwifery, but I would have prepared that for clients immediately postpartum to drink, just to help make sure that their bleeding is a reasonable amount in the immediate postpartum. There's no reason not to. And then I've also had a number of people who are using it for themselves or their daughters who are bleeding a lot with their period, maybe perimenopausal for the moms, teens, daughters are having just heavy periods, and this Heavy Flow Tea works really well. It is something you drink 2 to 3 days prior to when you think your period's going to start. And then once you start bleeding, you would drink it, for like 2 to 3 days whenever your most heavy part of your flow is happening. And then after that, you can stop drinking it until the next time you know that your cycle is getting to the part where your bleeding is going to start. It also can help with cramping and just general discomfort with your period. And then along with that, I have soothing soap tea. And this is an awesome combination. I've also used that, sold it in my store before we closed. It works really great. Used to be called healing soak, and it really helps to create a bath for moms immediately postpartum. You make the tea up. I make it when I get there for somebody's labor and before they have the baby. And people always really love the smell in their house, or at least only the ones who do love it have told me that they love it. If everybody else hates it, no, they don't tell me that part. And I just make up a big batch of it, like in a giant stock pot. And that way the mom has a number of baths she can use it for postpartum. And then I take some or all of the herbs, depending upon the batch that I make, and I make a poultice using gauze pads opened up, make it into a burrito that they can wear with castor oil next to their perineum or hemorrhoids, just to help aid healing immediately postpartum. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. I am happy to address those in future videos, as well as just I'll answer them there. Prices are on the website, and the website I'm going to place on this video, and it's Holistic Woman Tea, and that's WH Holistic Woman, holisticwomantea.com, and all 17 formulations that I make are on that website. And if you have any questions, even when you're looking through the website, just shoot me an email or text me. Thanks, and I'll be back.